All right, so we wrapped up our first shoot, our beauty shoot. We're using the Nikon 200mm f2. Not usually my go-to lens for beauty. Usually I'll use the 70-200. It's nice to have that ability to kind of zoom in and out, but decided to be interesting to try out a prime lens just to see whether we get a big improvement in terms of sharpness. Now obviously this is a pretty pricey lens, not something I want to just buy to try out, so we got this one from lensrentals.com, and it's been pretty interesting shooting with it. Obviously we have to kind of stick with one focal length here, but I think the benefit is definitely worth it. We're going to do some comparisons when we do the next shoot. We're going to use the 70-200, but when we look at the sharpness and detail that we get out of the 200 f2, it is a lot better, and it's actually bordering on almost what you get with medium format. So the quality is definitely an improvement. So certainly worth checking out this lens, renting it, and probably just renting it occasionally when you actually need it, because the lens itself is about $6,500, so pretty expensive piece of glass. Another thing we always do with our shoots is we do get backup cameras for these. Whenever you have a shoot, I mean, especially if it's a client shoot, make sure you have a backup camera, because the second your camera stops working, you're not really a photographer anymore. So either buy a second camera, or best off just rent one, especially for the commercial shoots. I mean, when you're shooting test looks, it's not as critical, but in front of a client, it never looks good if you no longer have a camera. So that wraps up our shoot. We're going to move on to the next shoot, change up our lighting a little bit.